I failed my math test. Can you help me with functions?
We can help you.
Let's start off with a simple problem.
Patty got a $50 check for her birthday, so she decided to spend it at Walgreens because she needed some new chapstick. Each chapstick costs $2. Write a function that represents Patty's check balance after she purchases X number of chapsticks from her birthday check. What will the check balance be if she buys 10 chapsticks? Graph the linear equation with the X and Y axis.
So the first thing you need to know is the equation y equals mx plus b. This equation will help you through solving this problem and many other algebraic functions. Your y is the output, m is your slope, x is the input, and b is a y-intercept.
Your m in this problem is $2 and your b is the $50. So using your equation y equals mx plus b, you would rewrite the problem as y equals $50 minus $2x. You are using subtraction since you are taking money away from the $50 check.
In this problem, you want to find what the balance on Patty's check will be after she buys 10 chapsticks. So what you need to do is multiply $2 by 10 since each costs $2. This gives you a total of $20 spent. Then you subtract the $20 from $50 and end up with $30 remaining on the check.
So the next step is to graph the linear equation. Your x-axis should start at 1 and end at 10 because you're buying 10 chapsticks. On the y-axis, put a break in the graph and start at 20, and continue going up with intervals of 2 until you reach 50. Your trend will be negative since you are taking away money. We should all know that the slope of a line is the change in y over the change in x, or rise over run. We will use this to find our trend. So starting at 50, go down 1 and to the right 1. After buying 1 chapstick, you should see that you will have $48 left. Continue this rise over run pattern until you are at the 10th column on your graph. At 10, you should be at 30, showing the amount of money you have left, and that's how you solve it.
Wow, I actually get it now. Thanks, Mehgan and Olivia.
I have a math test tomorrow and I have no idea what I'm doing.
Don't worry, we can help you.
Let's start off with a little bit harder problem since you already know the basics of writing and solving functions. Bartholomew forgot all about his friends and family's birthdays, so he went to CVS to buy some cards. Bartholomew only had $20. Cards cost $2.50 each at CVS. Write a function that represents Bartholomew's amount of money after he buys X number of cards. Write a function that represents how much money he has after buying 6 birthday cards priced at $2.50 each. Graph the linear equation with the X and Y axis.
Okay, so once again, you are going to use the equation y equals mx plus b. Once you plug in your numbers from the problem, your new function should look like y equals $20 minus 250x. Since Bartholomew wants to buy 6 cards, you multiply $2.50 by 6, and that gives you 15. To find how much money he has left after that, you subtract 15 from the 20 and end up with $5 left.
The next step is to graph your function. Your x-axis on this problem should be labeled 1 to 6, and your y-axis should start at 2 and end at 20 using intervals of 2. This trend is also going to be negative since you are taking something away. Starting at 20, go down 2.5, 2.5, and to the right 1. Continue doing this until you reach the 6th column on the x-axis. If done right at 6, you should be at 5, and that's how it's done.
Yes, thanks Olivia and Mehgan. I'm going to do so well tomorrow.
I want to know everything, Mehgan and Olivia. Can you help me?
Let's just learn one thing at a time. So how about math?
Okay.
We will teach you how to solve and graph a more complex function from a word problem. Susie planted a flower that grows 3 inches a day. The plant is already 4 inches tall. Write a function that represents how many feet it will have grown after X number of days. Write a function and solve for how many feet it will have grown after 20 days.
So once again, you will be using y equals mx plus b.
See a pattern going on here?
You plug in your numbers from the word problem, and your new equation should be y equals 4 plus 3x. Next, you multiply 3 by 20 since it grows 3 inches a day for 20 days. In all, you get 60 inches plus the 4 inches it already had, which gives you 64 inches. But this problem asks for it in feet, so you have to divide 64 by 12.
Since there are 12 inches in a foot.
And this gives you a total of 5 1/3 feet.
The last thing to do in this problem is to graph it, of course. Your x-axis should start at 1 and go up to 20.
Are you going to take the audio out of this? Yeah, very good.
Your y-axis should start at 4 and go up to 64 using intervals of 4. This graph will be positive since the plant is getting taller. You will start off on the y-axis at 4 and go up 3 into the right 1. And continue this until you're at the 20th column. And that's how you do it.
Cool. Thanks, Mehgan and Olivia. I'm now a genius at functions.